I don't know. Are you comfortable with? I just want to make sure you're. Are you comfortable with me recording? Are you comfortable with me using your first name? I won't. I don't like.
Yes,
Okay,
for
word.
video recording purposes approved, whatever.
No.
Yeah.
All right, word.
I
If I
am
were
so
to,
down for this.
and like and also I'm kind of thinking about making this a series, just where I talk to different people who have kind of had their own unique experience in the scene. Would it be okay with you if I were to publish the video, like kind of edited maybe for time, but would it be okay
Totally.
with you if I were to do that?
Dude,
Okay.
do whatever you want with anything of mine. I want to support your thing as much as I can.
I appreciate you, man. I'm very excited to talk about this.
Hell yeah. Oh,
Thank you so much,
sorry.
dude.
Heck yeah.
No, you can say whatever you want.
Okay.
What is it? I don't think the school never said that we couldn't say like fuck shit balls or testicles. So like so like I'm rolling with it. I assume since it's grad school that like as long as there's like purpose behind it in some kind of way, I can just say it's an element of the culture, and I think we'll get
Yeah.
away with it. Thank God I'm recording. First of all, what's your name? And second of all, what are you doing in the Nashville scene currently?
A lot of people call me Danny Star. I guess I guess that's a good part of an introduction. Um,
Why do people call you
I
Danny Star?
it's it's taken on a life of its own, but I originally just made YouTube videos in like ninth grade, and that was that was my YouTube name. So
What kind of videos did you make?
I made videos playing video games with my friends.
Hell yeah. What kind of games, Danny Star?
They were so great and they were so good that no one should ever look them up.
Hell yeah.
And I've been involved with like Nashville's music scene since I guess it kind of started like towards the end of ninth grade was like the first time I went to like a house show. And
What was
so
that
my
first
initial
show?
role,
What was that first show experience like?
it
Like going
was
to
really unexpected. Uh I just randomly got invited by a friend to go there. And I didn't really know what to expect at all. I remember getting the flyer sent to me, and it said, it had those two vans and said there will be free Sour Patch. And then my dad interrogated me to see if Sour Patch was drugs, and I was like, I don't think so. If it is, I don't know what that is. But lo and behold, I get there, and there's a gigantic bowl of Sour Patch Kids just on the table,
No,
and
no, no. Were they drugged Sour Patch Kids?
they were not. I don't know if those have been invented yet. But
Hell
they were.
yeah.
I had no idea about that. I went there just trying to hang out with people I like would hang out with at lunch from school, and was not like I was not super into music then. And I watched these bands come on, people like my age, they're like 14 and just like shredding, just like going all out, playing really, really punk music. And I was just, at first I was very like, whoa, this is like crazy. Like I'm just some nerd from school. Like I'm not a part of this culture. But like as I was like watching, I was like, this is really cool. Just seeing these people express themselves like that. And slowly I ended up going to more and more shows until it was like I was there at every one. And it was a very magical experience letting myself be like uh, part of that culture of just being free and letting yourself express however you want. It's a really freeing feeling.
Fuck yeah, dude. What, so do you remember the bands that were in your first show?
I'm going to take a guess because I am not sure 100%, but I'm going to guess that it was Naff Noise, Jocelyn Hollow, and False Knowledge. I don't know if there are any others, but
Word.
those are, I'm pretty sure there were those three.
Hell yeah,
And it
dude.
was it was crazy.
Fuck yeah, dude. You said that it was all you were trying to hang out with friends who you would eat lunch with. Were you like one of the kind of last? In my experience, I was actually always I felt like the last one to the party. like everyone had been going to shows for a second, and then I would pop in and
Yeah,
I'd be like, oh fuck, like I had no idea this was around. Was that kind of your situation, or did you guys all
that's
get
how
into
it
it together?
that's how it felt. I can't say I was super popular in ninth grade. I I randomly heard about it on a whim and just from other people that like weren't really going for the music as much, and just kind of hang out, which that's cool too. But I definitely felt like I was very out of place. And then as time went on, I like it seemed like it was more my place and other people were coming in and having the same feeling that I did at that point of like, oh, I'm like the last one to be a part of this stuff, you know?
Yeah.
It's like it's there's never any reason to feel that way because it's such an accepting thing of like anybody can show up and just it'll be awesome, you
Oh
know?
yeah. Hell yeah, man. So, what is it? You mentioned punk, but like, uh, just in case there was more genres there, what kind of shows were they typically? Were they like strictly punk, or were there more genres that would come in and out of the
Um,
shows?
I'd say like most all the time it was just like basements playing like punk music, but there were some times that like rappers would be there, which usually it was like still the same kids that were playing the punk music all the
Oh yeah.
time, just like 14-year-old white kids that are they're like, I'm gonna get into rap now. It just was not good, but that was okay. It's just you had fun with it, you know.
Yeah. Was this something like, I guess it right now where it started is like high school era, like in the high school era when this was going on, was this a popular thing in like the local high schools or high school, or was this something that was a little more fringe behavior?
I That's a good question because as much as I want to say, yeah, it is a fringe thing, like it definitely started that way. Like it was not like the popular kids going there, you know, it was very much like not like the weird kids, but just, you know, the not popular people that were just there to do their thing, you know. But as time went on, it seemed like it was getting more and more popular. I remember the last house show at one of my friends' house. There was probably like 300 people there, and it was like raining, and everyone's tracking mud into this basement, and it was just gross by the end. And it was like it was like steamy inside this basement. There were so many people just packed into one room,
Damn.
and and then it was like, yeah, we can't do this anymore. We have to play like shows at actual like clubs or something, you know.
Was that the
And
CUDA you're talking about?
that was, yeah,
Yeah,
that
man, the
was the last
legendary
CUDA show.
CUDA. Dude,
Yeah,
rip the CUDA. It went out on a good note. Like it's hard not to be sad, but it's not like it like got torn down during like or
yeah,
like got shut down during post Oakland or anything, like when everything
yeah.
got swept through and shut down. Like
That
it
was
was,
terrible.
do you want to talk about a second, like kind of the scene through the Oakland fires and maybe or like if things feel changed at all now that like I guess we're in a pandemic now, but like
Yeah, so I could just double down on that.
so like but like I guess if the Oakland fires change the atmosphere or anything.
Before the fires happened, it was free game for people to do whatever, you know. It was like, yeah, you know, it was a very accepted thing that you could just show up at house shows all the time. And then once that happened, a lot of those places got shut down really quick. And I mean, I really miss that kind of stuff.